Here we are going to explain associativity under binary property, right? Maybe binary operation. So we are going to explain this property. When do we say a certain operation is associative? Is that okay? So I'll explain that in just a few minutes using a pure past question to demonstrate that. So this is the question. Is that okay? So by the way, this is the book that I'm using. So let's check the question first. So here's the question. Here's the question. Can you see that? So that's the question. That's a binary operation defined on a set whereby you have the operation. So I'm going to solve only the beta aspect, right? I'll explain that. But they say you should determine whether or not the operation is associative. So the beta aspect. Alpha, if you haven't checked that video on commutative, then you can check that, right? But here we are going to explain the associativity. Alright, so let's dive to the solution and explain that quickly. By the way, the book that I'm using is A Plus series, so credit to Mr. Ishmael Adams. So here we go. This is the operation. The operation has been defined on X and Y, right? So assuming this is you and your friend, is that okay? This is you and your friend, so both of you want to be in a friendship relationship, right? So how can you guys be combined together? So what you do is that you are here, you are the blue color, and then your friend is the red one. Is that okay? So you want to combine the two of you by what? A certain rule or law, by a property. So how can you guys be combined together? So you pick the first, which is you, combined by your friend, and then we add 6 to that. Is that okay? This is just a law, right? For both of you to become a friend, this is how you guys can, or this is the process you guys can what, pass before you can become what, a friend. So where are you guys coming from? Both of you are coming from this town or village or a city. Is that okay? Or a classroom, right? So in this case, this is what a real number, set of a real number. So two of you are coming from what, a set of real number. So how can you guys be combined together? You can only be combined when I pick you, and then I'll add your friend to that. Then I'll dash you 6 in addition. Is that okay? That is the condition. That is the law. That's the only way you guys can be combined together. Anything apart from this is not accepted. Now when do you say this operation? This is what we are calling the operation, right? The law that binds you guys together. Is that okay? So that is what we are calling the operation. They say you should determine whether this operation is associative. What does it mean? This is a law. For that operation to be associative, this is how it looks like, right? This is what it must be. So we must get a third person, because maybe by assumption they say associate, right? Maybe association, something of that nature. It means that you guys have to be more, from my own opinion. Is that okay? So let's add a third person, right? Let's add a third person. So the two of you are here, so let's add a person so that we can form an association. Is that okay? So when can we say you guys are associative? You can only be associative when I pick the first two, that is you and your friend, and I combine that with the third person. It must give me, when I bring you out and then I add your friend to the third person. Is that okay? So look at something. These two things has to be equal, right? First of all, arrangement very matters in binary operations. So pay a close attention to that. We are picking you and your friend first. Is that okay? We cannot combine all the three. We don't have the capacity to combine all the three together. So what we are going to do here is that we pick the first two and deal with that. When we are done, then we combine that with the third person. Is that okay? What will happen when you bring you out and then combine your friend, the third person? Are you going to get the same results? That is the most important thing. Once you get the same results, it means that you guys are what, an associate, right? Associative property over here. So that is what I'm calling the association, right? That's very simple. Let's check on how to do that. So we are going to show whether the operation, this is what the operation is, right? This is the operation. In this case, it is star, right? This thing is a subject to change anytime. So the operation is associative when, look at the arrangement. When I pick you and your friend into brackets, right? I'll deal with that first and I combine that with the third person. What will happen when I bring you out and then I combine your friend to the third person? Am I going to get the same result? Very simple. So what you have to do, you pick the left hand side. So this is the left hand side. Of course, the law says that you must deal with the bracket first. Is that okay? So if you want to count people in the house, you must start somewhere inside the room before you get to the compound. So let's start inside the room over here. That is the first part here, you and your friends. So how can you guys be combined together, or how were you combined together? You were combined together by this law. Is that okay? They say for us to combine you guys together, I must pick you plus your friend as well as your plus 6. That is exactly for the first part. What will happen? Then we will combine that result to the what? The third person to form an associate, right? By assumption. Is that okay? So we are going to form the associate over here. So this association will be this result here will give us what? X plus 6, x plus y plus 6. Okay, that is how you get the two of you being combined, right? Then now let's add a third person. So that was why I'm getting the operation z over here, right? So this one give him the result for the two of you. Is that okay? And then now let's add a third person. How can we add that to the third person? So we are going to add your results to the third person. Is that okay? Very simple. For maybe I'm very lazy in this case, so I cannot see this thing to be just a one person. Of course, after adding you guys just give me one result. Is that okay? So this is the result that I'm getting. So let's combine that with a third person. I don't want to deal with all this things, so I'm replacing everything in this bracket by just another letter here. Is that okay? So that I can see everything clear. Right, I'm just replacing everything in this bracket here by a. So let's assume here is a, right? So the reason why I'm doing that so that I can see everything clear, right? So when I replace this thing by a, it means that a operation was z over here, right? So a star z. So I can see that I'm just combining only two things. Is that okay? So this one, how what is the losses? The loss is that for us to combine the two of you to become a friend, you must pick the first person plus what the second person plus 6. Is that okay? So here the first person is a and then the second person is z. So the first person plus the second person plus 6. That is what the loss is. So what is this a here? I brought this a because I don't want to deal with all these things. Is that okay? So the a here is whatever is in the bracket. So that is the x plus or 6 plus or y. Is that okay? So I can replace that, right? So everything here for the first part is a. Can you see? So everything, I'm just replacing that by the a, right? Right? So everything there, that is a. So plus what? Plus the second person, that's what the law says, plus the second person, which is what? Z. And then plus 6, that is what the law says. Can you see that? Alright, so now let's take off the bracket. When you take off the bracket and do your calculation where you can command the 6 to 6, that gives me what? 12 over here. So the answer will be what? X plus y plus z plus 6, right? So the arrangement matters over here, so pay close attention to that when you are combining. Is that okay? So that is for the left hand side, right? That is for the left hand side. So what we got for the left hand side was x plus y plus z plus 12. That is for the left hand side. So you need to check for the right hand side as well, right? You need to check for this side. Is that okay? So let me take this guy out. So we need to check for the right hand side and determine if what I had for the left hand side is equal to the what I will get for the right hand side. Then you can conclude that the operation is what? Associative. Is that okay? That is the only condition. But how do you perform the second part, the right hand side? It means that you have to be out. Then let's combine you and your friend first, right? After combining that, then we will combine the answer that we got in addition to you and determine whether you get this answer. If the answers are the same, then we can say that you guys are associative, right? So let's okay, now let's check that very quickly. So let's check the right answer. Then so this is the answer. I will leave this answer for now. That is the left hand side. I will leave this answer for now. So this is what we got when you calculated the left hand side. Is that okay? So this is how the right hand side looks like. So that is exactly from here, right? So what we are going to do is because of time's sake, let me make this video very short. So I will just use only one pen over here. So this is the right hand side. Is that okay? So I'm having x star y, and then star z. So always the bracket first. Okay, so this will just be x. In this society, how two people are being combined? Two people are being combined by what? Bringing the first person, and then we add out to the second person, and then when we are done, we add out what? We add 6 to that. So what is the first person here? The first person here is y plus the second person, which is z, plus 6, right? This is how they are combined, right? So everything here is 1, so we are going to add it to that, right? We are going to add it to that. That's the x operation, everything in this bracket. You may choose to replace this one by any letter, right? So maybe you can replace that by b. Is that okay? If you want to replace that by b, that is fine, right? So that you can see what is happening. I can see, I have some eyes, so I can see a little bit here. So let's see, this will give me x. This is the first person, so everything in the bracket here is the second person. So now I want to combine here, right? So this is a new friend that we are combining, so now we are adding it to the new friends. So that is, they say the law says that the first person plus the second person, so this is the second person here, that is y plus z plus 6, right? And then that's the first person plus the second person plus 6. Is that okay? That is what the law says. First person plus or the second person plus or 6. So here is the first person plus the second person, everything in the bracket here, and then plus 6. So this you consider when I take off the bracket, I'm having x plus y plus z, and then plus what? 12. Is that okay? So can you see that this and this are the same, right? What we got first was x plus y plus z plus stuff. So the second one also gives me what? X plus y plus z plus stuff. So this tells you that the operation is what? An associative. Is that okay? That is very simple how you tackle any associative question. So in case these things are not the same, right? These things are not the same, these two equations are not the same, then you can say that the operation is not associative. If you can't see, maybe in some cases where you have some negatives and other stuff, don't worry about that. What I do is that you can just substitute some numbers. So let's say I will place x to be 0. As I said earlier, I'm very lazy, so y is equal to 0, and then z is equal to 0, right? Let's say the three of them had 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So the 0 over here, what you are going to do, just put it in here. You can see that here, when I replace everything by 0, 0, I'll get 12, and then here too, the same thing, I'll get 12. So test it out. So the operation is what? An associative. Is that okay? That is very simple. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like, and share the links to, or you may consider joining our WhatsApp group whereby we can interact with you one-on-one for any better understanding. So thank you for watching.